Thank you for sharing your plan. I assume it's just from the look of it, it looks like you could probably only create such a construct in Home Designer Pro because the other applications don't have the ability to manually create roofs. Anyway, the first thing I'm going to do is make sure these are all symmetrically set up. Okay, this one's got baseline height of 3,946 millimeters, 3,946. This one should match 3,946. It does not. Okay, that's the first thing we're going to fix. I'm going to just grab this one and assume that it's correct. So I'm going to lock the pitch and copy this value to the Windows clipboard, then apply it to these other roof planes. Again, I'm going to lock the pitch so that the angle doesn't change and make the baseline height the same. Same thing here. You can see this roof plane has a different pitch. Okay, I'm going to have to handle this differently. Here, I think we want the, I'm just being arbitrary about it, but I want these fascia tops to match. So I'm going to get the fascia top from this roof plane and apply it to these roof planes. Again, I don't want the pitch that you chose to change. I just want these values to change. See, that'll drop down and match the adjacent one, which is usually what you, not all the time, but most of the time, that's the kind of a result that you can want. Again, I'm going to lock the pitch, apply this value to the fascia top, which drops it considerably, so that it matches this over here. The next consideration in plan view is, see, here's the, this little line here with the perpendicular on it is called the roof baseline, and it should go on the structural edge of any wall. I'm going to move this over, use the arrow keys and move it inward a little bit so that it's on the structural edge. See, these aren't exactly placed correctly. I'm going to use the arrow key and move it in right there to the edge of the, let me check this roof plane and see, oh, this one's way off too. See, it's out here in the boondocks. I'm going to move the arrow keys and move its baseline up on the structural edge of the main wall. Same thing on the other one. For roofs to work properly, they have to be symmetrically placed. There we go. Now I'll go back to the camera overview. See, now, looks like this has changed the relationship between these roof planes. Yeah, it has slightly. Well, anyway, I'm going to take these two and join them. Now we have a nice clean ridge there. I'm going to find in a new unit at a time what this new fascia top height is. Just copying the value, not changing anything. I'm going to apply it to these perpendicular roof planes. Yeah, I got the baselines all straightened out and symmetric. So again, we'll lock the pitch so that doesn't change, and put this new value in there so that the fascia tops match. I don't know if that's important to you, but I just decided to do it this way. And then this roof plane, block the pitch, change the value so that we get symmetry. Okay, now I can align the ridge by clicking on one, join roofs. And then one last thing, if you've ever looked at a roof, you know that the geometry of the sides is usually angled like this. So I'm setting that up. And then the main roof plane is cut out to accept that. So I'm going to use the break line tool, excuse me, and put some and break up this long line here into several smaller line segments that echo or mirror the geometry we're going to end up with. So now I got it close. I can use the join roofs to finish the mating up. And there you get a finished product. That's what the auto roof generator often does. Now this wall that's missing here, let's take a look at that. Oh, you just didn't draw a wall there. That's the reason there's no wall there, because you didn't draw any. I'm going to turn on the reference display, and we'll just draw a wall there and make sure that it's aligned. It's not aligned, so I'm going to move it back using the arrow keys until I get a, yeah, right there. That's what I was looking for, this out of alignment indicator. There we go, that's better. We got a little bit of a fascia missing here. That's probably an overhang problem. I would just move it over a little bit. I don't know what you intend to have as a value, but I'm just going to make this 235. Oh, it looks like this maybe isn't straight. You have to keep all these edges straight. When you're manually editing things, it's not all that hard for them to become out of whack. And it can cause little visual anomalies like the one we saw. There we go, that fixed that. See, I just moved it a little bit and it filled in. Like this little deal here, probably the same thing. Let's go over here. Oh, we got no overhang here. That's a no-no. I mean, it doesn't have to be 200 here, but I'm just going to take it and I'm not getting a temporary dimension. I wonder why. Anyway, I'm going to just move that a little bit closer, but it's obviously overhanging the wall. Yeah, okay. Well, that's not perfect either. You might have to mess around with that a little bit to get it to, oh, I see, it's not straight. I don't know if you can see that, but it's not straight. Let's straighten the edge out. If these edges aren't straight and perpendicular, parallel, then they're just not going to operate properly. These don't match. I'm zoomed in so close I can't even select anything. That's weird. There we go. Just want those to snap together. There we go. Get a little missing parts like that, then that's you might remember that if you just mess around with it a little bit, then you'll visually get them to come back. Like really stingy overhang like this sometimes work, but sometimes you have to make it a little less stingy to get it to work so that it visually looks correct. Okay, well, that's about it. I'll see if this video is audio recorded properly, and we'll go from there. Thanks.